FCC 16, June 18th. Bolton, Mcloughlin Stadium. You know,
Next fight.
Yeah, well, we talked about Javon and Joe. And the next fight, we're going to take a look at, again, a couple of sort of younger pros. We'll look at Dan Good versus Dylan Mcloughlin. We saw Dan Good at GTFP. You know, he ruined
Danny Castle.
Yeah, ruined Pork Chop's pro debut. You know,
on his own show as well.
Yeah,
and main event.
And main event.
And he spoiled the party completely, didn't he? Dan
a real grinder. A real grinder. But you know, next gen, which is where Mcloughlin comes out of. You know, Paul Rimmer, Paddy Pimblett, Chris Fishgold. The list goes on and on and on. They're not going to be afraid of some grappling.
This is another tough one. Dan Good. I think student of Nathan Leviton. He's definitely some sort of tie with the shoot fighters. I don't know if he's trained there still or he's one of Nathan's earlier students, but excellent grappling.
Oh, he's,
absolutely controlled Dan Castle for the majority of the fight.
Yeah, he worked cardio for days.
Dylan Mcloughlin, I've seen him fight maybe 2 or 3 times now. The first time I seen him fight, I thought this guy's amazing. I think it might have been Fight UK amateur. He was the star of the show.
Yeah.
Like, he was on early and he just stole the show in my eyes. Like, he just looked great. Like, standing up, just looked a class above. And then we've seen him since on ice, and it sort of like reignited sort of my memory about the lad. And he impressed again there. That was his pro debut on ice. Like I say, his stand-up is so good. What I've seen of his stand-up is really good, and not something you'd necessarily associate with next gen.
Yeah, you think more of their submission grappling, their jits and what have you. But yeah,
I mean, they have got. I mean, there's some. I mean, Sean Kenny's fighting out there. He's a big old knockout.
He can knock people out.
These got. Like I say, Dylan's stand-up is excellent, and Dan's grappling is off the chain, but Dylan's got to have the grappling, hasn't he? Sure.
You would have thought that certainly he'd be comfortable on his back, which is where Dan was going to want to put him. And Dan, I figure a lot of pressure up against the cage.
That's what I'd imagine. If it stays at range, I'd really give Dylan a big advantage.
And you just have to. I mean, I haven't seen Dylan's ground game all that much, and I'm going to presume just because of where he trains and who he trains with that
he's going to be pretty good.
He's going to be comfortable if he's put on his back. So it's. Yeah, you know, this is stylistically really interesting because you've got the striker who could arguably have the better submission skills, but then you got Dan who comes in with a chin, like Pork Chop landed on him a few times, so he's got a chin. He's indomitable when he gets a hold of you. He just doesn't let go. He's like a dog with a bone, isn't he? He ain't gonna let go. He's got to make this an ugly fight though, and I don't see this one being particularly fan-friendly, but I think you're going to see lots and lots and lots of.
No, I disagree completely.
Yeah?
I think this is going to be one of the best fights on the card.
Nice.
Just before, I think Dan's going to be definitely trying to take him down and stay on top, but I think Dylan's going to want to try and keep it in range, and I think that's going to be an interesting sort of conflict as to where the fight's going to go. I'll pick this one. If you want.
Go on.
I want to stick with Dylan, I think. Just because I've seen him fight a couple more times, and he blew me away the first time I seen him fight, and he's from an amazing camp.
Well, you know, I might have bet against Good the first time out, coming into some guy's home show in the main event. You know, you figure you're probably there. You know, in wrestling speak, you're there to do the job. You know, make the star look good, as it were. But I think Mcloughlin on his feet's a little bit different from Castle. I think he's rangier. I think he's probably got a stiffer jab and more room behind it. So I'm sorry, Dan. I'm going with you. And I think TKO. I think range is going to play a lot of part as well. Danny Castle's not the biggest. No.
Of builds, and Dylan's quite rangy as well. He's a big tall lad. So, I'm going to stick with Dylan.
It's another cracking fight. 2-0, Dan Good, Dylan Mcloughlin 1-0. It's only a few weeks away, so we'll get to see who's right. We bet another cider on it.
Let's have another cider.
Another cider on it. FCC 16, June 18th, the Mcloughlin Stadium in Bolton.